Hey, Christy Mattoon here from Mind Rewire and Beyond Heart Coherence. I am grateful that you're here. If you can, subscribe, like, share any of my videos. I greatly appreciate this stuff. I want to talk today for a second about everything that's going on. I have tons of people calling me right now and creating appointments with me through my website. And then getting on and just wanting to go on and on about all the stuff they're seeing and hearing and witnessing. And so I just want to give a confirmation shout out to everybody who's waking up. We are in an amazing period of time. And if you have not been a seer or a hearer and all of a sudden these latent capabilities are turning on inside your system, I want to tell you it's normal right now. It's definitely normal. You are not insane. Do not be in fear, okay? Do not be in fear. I was working with a lady yesterday whose insight and intuition and different capabilities have just gotten so overwhelming. She just wants to shut it all back off. And if you're not used to this stuff, it can be very overwhelming. And so to have some kind of way, right? All the stuff you've learned, all the meditation practices, all of the different techniques and protocols, and no matter what it is, you need to gracefully reinstate those things, those kind of practices into your system on a daily basis. Energy is moving. I used to study a man's work named Raymond Grace, who's a dowser. One of my earliest entries into energy work was his work. And one of the things that he always said was, if you think you can do this once and get away with it, you're going to be sorrowfully wrong. Meaning that energy moves. He said it's like taking a bath. You don't take a bath once in your lifetime and expect to stay clean. It just doesn't happen. You're on the earth and there's dirt and there's stuff and, right, you're going to get dirty. So you better be taking a bath every day or a shower or whatever. And if you equate that back to energy work, what he meant was, if you move energy, if you do something in your energetic field and then you think that's it, you're done, you're probably sorrowfully wrong. You're going to have a mess working and not know why I just now did that. Why did this happen? Energy moves. Energy moves. And so to stabilize the system, do whatever your thing is, right? You have something that you do that creates energy in your system that keeps you moving. My thing is heart coherence. I teach people how to get heart coherent and stay in the space of with their spirit, and how to walk that out and become more of that, right? More of that. It's really important. And whatever method you're using, and people will say, I got to put a bubble around me to protect myself. I have to do this. I have to do that. If you're not doing your thing, you're probably noticing some really huge effects right now that you may not be expecting. Tons of things are shifting. I have said before, we are in an apocalypse, and it is still, the bubble's still growing. Information is still moving inside of this period of time. An apocalypse is a great revealing. It's a great knowing. And from the macro, from the bigness of the universe, the big scope of everything, the earth itself, from everything that's going on around the planet, all the way down to you, the micro. There are things that are being revealed, right? Revealed. And I've been posting some of the things in my life that are being revealed. It's crazy interesting. And all of a sudden you'll get this huge shift and you know, have a rant or whatever. I've done a few of those recently that I'm just like, holy cow. But the shift is huge when you let yourself just move with it, right? Use your body, use your mind, get in your heart space and be in awe of your humanness, because it's incredibly powerful to let this crap go and let it move, right? Let the energy from it move. And it is all energy, which is even more interesting. Could you hone in on one vibration, right, and stick it in your system and hang on to it and just be that one vibration, right? And people will say, well, the vibration of love. Love is not a vibration. Love is a harmonic. Love is a huge overtone. It's a symphony of vibrations, right? And I think that's why some people kind of miss it. And they're like, oh man, like I'm trying to hone into this and I'm just missing it. But it's this huge, huge symphony. It's a harmonic. And when you realize that, it is the Om, right? It is the Om of creation. It is God's voice. It is whatever you want to call this. And you envelop yourself in that. And all of a sudden you're just like, oh, wow. And it's so much easier when you sit in that light and your DNA unwinds and you don't feel as stressed out and you start emitting light, and it's amazing, and you feel incredible and you feel light and flowy, right? There's incredible science behind all of this stuff, and quantum physics proves a lot of what we talk about, which is super, super cool and interesting. And the goal is to stay in that and not let yourself get too much involved. If you have an eruption, have your eruption and move on. In this period of time, people are having eruptions that are causing them to turn on these latent capabilities. They're seeing, they're hearing, they're noticing things that they didn't notice before. And it can be a little bit scary, but here's what I would say is come back into your heart space, recognize your spirit self. Don't get afraid, because in fear, you create more fear. You create resistance, right? If we're trying to get away from resistance, and this is part of the class I'm teaching in Beyond Heart Coherence right now, is moving away from resistance. If you're moving out of resistance and you're going into fear because you're suddenly seeing and witnessing and hearing things, right, it causes resistance in the system. And I would just have to say, recognize it, and even ask, what are you here for? What can I do for you? This is what I do all the time because I'm not in fear. I can see something will show up, I'll hear something, and I'll just engage with it like I'm engaging with you. To me, it's no different. Your energy, I witness you as light. I witness myself as light. I witness that in whatever form it is. Usually it's light, honestly, right? I do see the other side. Some people only see light. Some people only see darkness. I see both. And unfortunately, a lot of times, or in the past, actually, I shouldn't have said that. In the past, it was a lot of darkness. That is what I witnessed. But now I am seeing more light. And I just want to encourage you. I want to encourage you that you're okay, that you are whole. Come back into your heart space, recognize your spirit form. You are amazing, and you have the power to get through whatever this period of time is that we're going through. I do want to address the political situation in America just a little bit, because from two different standpoints, the Great Reset or the Great Awakening, right? And we're in both. There is no separation. We are in both, excuse me, in both of those. And no matter what you believe about who, Biden or Trump or either way, whatever, I am a Trump supporter. I don't talk about that a whole lot because it can get you into trouble for whatever reason. People have so much emotional stake into this stuff. And you think about truth and people say, well, he did this, he did this, he did this. Yeah, possibly. What I want you to know, he's not the same person that he was yesterday. He's not the same person that he was 10 years ago. He's not the same person he was 5 years ago. And if you're trying to weigh his beingness and what he's doing based on who you think he was back then, it's kind of like you looking at me and saying, I'm going to accuse and judge you based on who you were 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago. I am not the same person. I'm not the same person I was yesterday. I bet you're not the same person you were yesterday. And so if I pulled up your past and started judging you on that, right? And it's the same thing with Biden. People who are pulling up his past and junk and all of these things, he's probably not the same person. And if he is, we are in an apocalypse. And this is where all of the information is unfolding and information is coming out. It is an awakening of information, of truth. And as the truth unfolds and the truth reveals, it is the safest place to be in your own heart. It's the secret space of the Most High. So I want you to really think about that and really know it. I'm trying to see my timer here. I don't want to go over 10 minutes so I can get this in here. I want you to really understand that going back into your own heart space is the best place to be. All right, you are going to be the safest, feel the best, and be able to make better decisions, honestly. All right, so I hope this helps. I hope if you're in fear, contact me if you need some guidance or some help. This tends to be where I'm pretty good at this stuff. So I want to bless you. I want to witness you as light. I think it's very important that we start witnessing each other as light. Thank you.